are mixing things up here literally and figuratively because I am with Josh, who is also known as a whiskey tender.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the show, Josh.
Thank you.
Now, before we even move forward, sir, what exactly is a whiskey tender?
Well, so over at Seaburg, we've got two kinds of tenders, and they're both super important to us.
Yeah.
The first one is whiskey tenders, then the other one is chicken tenders.
Okay, so I know what a chicken tender is. A chicken tender is something that our producer is salivating over right now in the studio.
That's it.
But what is the whiskey tender? Like, is it like a bartender? Like, are you doing tricks and all types of things?
Exactly, we tend whiskey. So we've got about 220 bottles of whiskey behind the bar over there.
Okay.
So our whiskey tenders are the folks who are able to guide you through those, make sure we're putting you in the right pour,
Yeah.
make excellent cocktails with those, and with all our other spirits as well.
Okay, now what are we doing here? Because see, I don't know if you know this, but I don't drink as much as the other co-hosts.
Sure.
So what are we going to be doing? Because I see that you gave me a glass. So am I helping you make a?
Exactly. I figured we'd do it side by side, teaching you the most important whiskey cocktail, I would go ahead and say. So this is the old fashioned.
The old fashioned.
We do tens of thousands of these a year. So we, like everything good in life, it comes down to your ingredients and how you can execute. Very simple otherwise, right? So we've got the most important thing here. This is some single barrel bourbon that I led a team picking out in bourbon country in Kentucky. We've got bitters, and then we've got a gum syrup. So this is organic sugar, water, and gum arabic, which is an additive that gives it just a little bit of body.
Okay.
And then a garnish, which we'll get to. But you ready to mix it up?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so we'll start with a few dashes of bitters. When you dash, turn it aside.
I counted
Do it some
5.
aggressive. Yep.
Okay, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep, there's those rhythm skills we saw earlier too, right?
Nice.
We'll put a little bit of our sugar syrup, about 1/4 of an ounce.
Yeah, and I noticed that there's like multiple lines inside of here. Like, do those lines mean anything?
Exactly, yeah. When you're flying behind the bar, you know, accuracy is important. So we use these measuring tools called jiggers that have 1/4 ounce, 1/2 ounce, 3/4, 1 ounce, all the usual measurements that we're using to make delicious cocktails.
Right, so is that a good?
That looks perfect.
Perfect, all right.
All right, now flip that upside down. We're gonna fill it all the way up.
We gotta flip it.
Yep.
Okay.
We're gonna throw in
So that's the real stuff.
2 ounces of the good stuff.
Oh, the good and the real stuff.
Good and real.
Nice.
All right, slide that to you.
All right, so slide that. Now at the same time while you're making this, there are people at the bar that's just looking at you, I'm sure, and they're just staring at you. It's like, I just want to make sure he's making my old fashioned
Always
correctly.
performing for an audience, right? So we've got our ice here. We can just pour it right on in.
Okay.
We build our old fashions in the glass because we want to keep the flavor of that whiskey there being front and center. So yeah, you can just fill it up. Yeah, don't be scared.
I don't drink, Josh.
Yeah. So now at the restaurant,
Yeah.
at the restaurant, you know, we use these fancy bar spoons to stir, but if you're doing it at home, you know, you can always just like throw a finger in as well. So I'll leave the choice to you.
All right, well, you know what? I'm just gonna stir with this big spoon here.
Nice and gentle, perfect.
All right. Yeah.
And so now it's got delicious aroma on its own, but our last step is always adding a little bit more. So we've got some orange twist here, just a piece of orange. Now what we want is all these beautiful oils that are on the outside of it. So you kind of hold it gently in your hands like this, with the peel facing your drink, give it a little snap, and if you go slow, you can see all these beautiful oils coming out over the surface.
Yeah.
And then if you want, you can just touch that around the rim to add a little bit more.
Okay, like tickle, tickle, tickle.
Exactly.
Tickle, tickle. I don't know what glass gets tickled. All right, cool. So you know what? We are out of time, but let's cheers. Now,
cheers.
We're clearly not going to drink this, but does this look like something? Like yours looks a little bit more pure than mine.
I don't know. I think that looks about right, you know?
Well, you are definitely the whiskey tender. Thank you so much, Josh.
Absolutely.
Y'all make sure y'all stop by the Seaburg and get you a good old fashioned, right? Cool, cool. Now, we got to go to commercial break, but when we do come back, this young lady, Emily, is going to perform in our studio, and you don't want to miss it, just like y'all don't want to miss this. Cheers. This segment is brought to you by Stanton Optical.
Book an eye exam or walk into Stanton Optical today to meet with one of our eye care specialists for same-day eye exams and same-day glasses. Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.